En nombre de la Asamblea General, tengo el honor de dar la bienvenida a las Naciones Unidas al excelentísimo señor Arthur Peter Mutharika, presidente, ministro de Defensa y comandante en jefe de la Fuerza de Defensa y del Servicio de Policía de la República de Malawi, a quien invito a dirigirse a la Asamblea.
President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika had several key messages to the world leaders when he took to the stage: empower the youth and women with relevant education, fight fraud, corruption, and theft of public resources, or forget about sustainable development goals. The president says as the world switches from Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, to Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, the youth and women should be a priority.
In Malawi, and I believe almost all developed countries, the youth and women constitute the majority of our population. Therefore, it is only natural that they are adequately represented at all decision-making levels of society. Late President Mandela of South Africa once said, quote, "As long as a nation refuses to acknowledge the equal role of more than half of itself, it is doomed to fail." End of quote. This is a fact, and I couldn't agree more.
The president says to eradicate AIDS by 2030, as agreed by the leaders at this summit, there is need to do business the unusual way.
But more importantly, it will require continued shared responsibility and global solidarity for financing HIV programs and enhancing the capacity of developing countries, such as Malawi, to manufacture drugs and make them more accessible to our people.
Then the president summed up his address by reminding the world leaders that his government is committed to the protection of human rights and that to ensure that the rights are respected, corruption, fraud, and theft of public resources should be rooted out.
Our government has therefore always been committed to fighting against corruption, fraud, and theft. It's against this background that we are pursuing and prosecuting suspects in the theft of public funds. God bless the UN family. Thank you.
On Wednesday, President Arthur Peter Mutharika is scheduled to meet the chairman of the Global Leadership Foundation, the vice president of the Millennium Challenge Account, and later with the president of the African Development Bank, ADB. Mgeme Galilani, NBC News, New York.